Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait a minute. I totally balked these tents, didn't I? Fuck. Well, shit. Why was it +8 anyway? It was +8 originally. Why? Pretty sure it should just be like that. Y minus Y offset. Why would it be +8? And then the depth will be updated when it actually gets built. Presumably, is that even in here? Am I doing that inside of the building code? Why would I do that? Okay, I guess maybe the depth just wasn't getting updated at all, which would explain why it was bugged. Why am I not doing that? Huh. Y minus the offset plus 48 times -1. Why is it times -1 again? Who knows? I guess like the closest thing is at 0 and then it goes negative. Oh, I guess, yeah, because we're converting a coordinate into a depth. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's been a while. So we need to set it to this by default, and then once it's actually finished being built, or when it's finished being built, when the frame is built, then we actually want to set the depth. Y position minus the offset plus 48 gives us like the middle. You could do plus half the height of the mask if you wanted to future-proof it, actually, so that it would adapt to whatever mask you gave it. That's probably never going to change, but you never know, right? So, can you just do like mask? No, you gotta do sprite get height mask index. Oh, gotta divide that by 2. Oh boy, do we need brackets? Do this section first, and then add this divided by this. I don't think you need brackets when it's multiplication or division, right? could like draw something on the screen so we can see it, I guess. I'm pretty sure it's correct, but you never know. Perfect. Okay. Oh shit, did I stop recording now? Stop recording, delete that footage. Got a notification about my own stream on my phone. I think I know that I'm streaming. I hope so. Okay, so I gotta recompile. Here we go, take two. I'm gonna re-upload this build as well because that build that I released last night is completely balked. Jeez Louise, I'm feeling pretty rough still. This is crazy. I've been sick for like a week and a half or something now. I had a headache pretty much constantly. The capsule art's done, pretty much. I mean, I might do a couple of tweaks myself, but capsule art's done. Logo is underway now. Just got like the first sketches through this morning. I've decided on a direction to go with the logo. So we're getting pretty close. The extra time has been useful getting this build ready for the playtest, because yeah, it always takes twice as long as you think, and then twice as long as that. Yeah, I think I'm sort of, once I've got most of this stuff locked in, I'm kind of gonna have to focus on balancing the ecosystem. Of, I don't know what happened, like all the rabbits died, which caused the foxes to die because they had nothing to hunt. I don't know how the rabbits died. That's kind of crazy. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Oh yeah, also I'm pretty sure I just noticed a bug there moments ago where the bears were not attacking the moose for some reason. Also, I still haven't done the thing where I want the animals to like stop attacking when the thing that they're attacking runs away, because we want to kind of try and keep as many alive as possible. In certain cases, like wolves fighting other wolves, I think we actually want them to fight to the death, but for the most part we want the animals just to kind of try and scare the other animals away. Except with the humans, it's weird, it's just weird because it's like, it's inconsistent behavior, right? Why do they always attack the humans instead of just trying to scare them away? Well, really, it's just so that the player has something to do. But it kind of doesn't make sense. Okay, there we go. That build is now available. Maybe I should look into that real quick. Why are the bears not attacking the moose there? Because they still, what, they still just look at the predator map instead of the threat map. Why? Thought I did all this stuff. You gotta be kidding me. The humans use the threat map. What is and isn't using the threat map right now? It's still using predators too. Well, the prey animals are supposed to. It's the it's the predators specifically, right? Is it though? Yes. Yes, it actually is. This just hasn't been updated. I could have sworn I did this. Maybe I did it on the other tracker. What is it now? Update combat. Hunter map, guard map, predators. Deer, moose. Okay, so only the humans are actually using the threat map. Well, I think I might have found what I'm going to be doing today. We gotta convert the predators to use the threat map. At least the wolves and the bears. So, predator check is going to become threat check. And current predator going to become current threat. And then global predators is going to become global, I think it's threat map, global threat map. Is there a separate, oh there is a separate thing for bears, thank god. Otherwise, yeah, I'd be screwed. So instead of doing it's really nice actually. In a way, it's kind of an optimization because plus it gets the game working again, which is nice. You know, normally we have to like check. We have all these different conditions. Is it a bear that's provoked, or is it blah 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 blah? All this crazy stuff. Actually, I mean, we could kind of just do it that way. The problem there is we're gonna have bear on bear violence if we're not careful. Because this is specifically for potential mates. I can't just like make all of the bears provoked. Oh shit. Fuck. I need to undo all this for now until I can think of a solution. Why am I so hungry, dude? I just had breakfast, practically. Good lord. We don't really have any choice but to scan the bears map. At least we have a bear map. Or bears map, whatever it's called. But we only want to do that during the summer. I suppose we can pretty easily set it back to undefined when it's not summer. That might be the solution there. Because if the seasons changed mid-scan, it would cause the tracker to get jammed if we didn't do that. That's pretty much my only option. Well, that's we still need additional handling because we don't want them attacking like provoked females, like the female bears with cubs. That they're provoked, so they're on the threat map, but we don't want the other bears attacking them, obviously. So we still need additional handling, where it's like, okay, you can attack anything on the threat map that's not it's not a female bear. That's not a bear. I think because we also don't want them attacking. Yeah, for the threat map, it's just not a bear. and then we scan the bears map during summer, and then it's like if this bear is male and the bear that it's scanning is male, then it counts as a threat. Oh boy, yeah, that's basically how we're gonna do it, I guess. I think I'll do that part before I implement the part with the threats map, because that's actually the easy bit, I guess. It's not as bad for the wolves. I think for the wolves we just can use the threat map. It's super easy. It's just the bears have this kind of specific handling. I think yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, well, but, I mean that's kind of what this already does, isn't it? It only scans through the bear map in summer if they are male, and it builds a list of potential mates. Is it possible we could like build it into this as well? Oh, maybe you could actually, because we don't want to scan the bear map twice if possible. That's definitely not very efficient, is it? Just to scan through the same thing twice. But then the thing is that this gets disabled during combat and then has its own instant update version that gets enabled. Do we still do that? Trackers update combat is running in fleeing state, yeah. So it's like yeah, it makes sense, I guess. They run from the nearest threat or the nearest danger, because they could run away from the thing that they were originally running away from and get out of range, but still be in range of some other danger, right? They should keep running in that case instead of kind of like update the thing that they're running from. Yeah, I guess it's okay. The issue that we were having is that they wouldn't also run out of range of tents, so they could run away from danger, but then they'd still be in range of a tent, and then they would try and attack that tent, and then run away. Then they get closer, and they run away from danger again, and they kind of be looping like that. It's not great. Alright, well, if that's what I'm doing, I'm probably going to want to update the stream title because it's no longer accurate. Done. I mean, I don't see why we can't just do the same thing in here as well for the bears and have a specific part that gets enabled during the summertime. The reason, okay, that's the reason, because it's the toggling. It's like being able to disable the other one at the right time. It is why we kind of need to build it into that. It's just that we really don't want to scan the bear map twice. That's just a bad idea. Twice as much work. I mean, I suppose it would be okay to disable this tracker during combat. I don't think that would cause any major issues. We could either disable it completely, or we could also switch this one over to an instant update version during combat, but this has nothing to do with combat, so it doesn't make sense to do that. That would actually just be worse for performance. Okay, I think it would be okay. It's fine, really. I mean, it would just, you know, after combat ends, then this tracker would be re-enabled. It would take a split second to update, and everything would kind of carry on as normal. Okay, so we're going to put this inside here with the rest of this stuff, I guess. And it's not part of the nearest threat tracker. Well, but it is going to become part of the nearest threat tracker, isn't it? So maybe we actually need it to be before this stuff. Oh boy. Oh boy. Man, I'm conflicted because it's not combat related. And this ties it into like all the combat stuff. But we don't want to scan the bear map twice, really. We might just have to scan the bear map twice. Oh, jeez Louise. Video games are complicated. And then I'd need to, I had something like this once before actually. Bear check, and then another one, bear check combat, because we need to be able to run these both simultaneously, so they need to run on separate variables. Good lord. Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I'm gonna have to do. And then, so what about this thing where it's like this tracker, this part of the tracker is only enabled during the summertime? I think we kind of build it in. The plus side is I'll get to clean a lot of this up. We just build it in like another one of these. But it'll be like half the size of this because it's not also... Wait. Is it doing a list thing? I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. So it would not be the same. It would be like that. And then for that part of the tracker specifically, we would only run it during summertime. And then when it's not summertime, we would reset, you know, bear check combat. Yeah, bear check combat to undefined, so that the tracker doesn't get jammed if the season changes, like in the middle of a loop. Plus we add it, like we clear the tracker here as well, because we're gonna enable an instant update version of the tracker inside of the combat states. I think that's the plan. Okay. And because I already have one of these, I can kind of... Yeah, plus it's only males that do this, so it's basically these exact same... It's just this exact same thing, isn't it, really? And this one only updates a list, because that's what... Yeah, okay. It's a little bit different. Okay. Okay, I just don't have any comments. just to make it as unreadable as possible, you know. And then, so we do that when it's not summertime. We just clear. Oh, but that's got to be combat. Jesus. Okay. And what is this thing actually going to do? That's a good question. It'll be something like this. I can probably take this. And rework it. Right, we know it's a bear because we're looking at the bear map. We don't care if it's provoked. Basically, inside false, possibly something to do with this. It has to be male. We don't care about the season because we're checking that up there now. HP greater than other dot HP greater than other max HP divided by 2. Has to be above half health. HP, and then your health needs to be above. We could just disable the tracker completely if your health is not high enough, then that would be more efficient, right? And we can remove that gender check, and then we want to also don't include yourself. You don't want to try attacking yourself. Okay, what are these brackets all about? Well, I don't think we need these brackets anymore, and then basically get rid of that. So I'm checking the bear map. If it's not me and it's male, wait, why is that other? No. Okay, I'm checking the bear map. This bear is not me. It's a male bear. It's an adult. Receptive bears? Yeah, I mean, if the receptive bears list is empty, there's no females to fight over anymore, so there's no point doing this. We might as well just disable the whole tracker again. And then it's like if it has enough health, because we don't want them to really kill each other. It's more like ritualistic combat, right? It's not inside, fleeing, held by the play, dead, harvested. And it's not stealthed. The bears are not notoriously very stealthy, or are they? I don't know. They don't stealth in this game anyway. Okay, okay. And then we would need some additional condiciones. Where about would that go inside of this bit? Because we don't want to start scanning through bears until we've finished scanning through humans and threats. True, it is going to be threats. For now it will be predator, but it's going to be threats. Yeah, I believe it goes inside of this bit, so this is going to move over a bit, and we're going to get an extra bracket in there. And this is going to go here. Okay. And then that's going to be like, and is undefined predator check. Oh boy, okay, okay. Summertime, this is a male bear, its health is 50% or above, and there are receptive females, and blah blah blah, and then we start scanning through, and it's not me, and it's male, it's an adult. So I just say, well, yeah, you raise a good point there. Maybe we should have that in there as well. Okay. Okay. And now we need to, what are we doing? Threat distance. Threat distance. Nearest threat temp. Threat distance. Threat this distance. Oh yeah, because of course it's not this threat distance, it's threat this distance. Yeah, that's fine. Fine. You might want to do this in here as well, because you could potentially get something stuck on the tracker and never clear it, because this is the bit that clears stuff off the tracker that shouldn't be there, right? But if the tracker gets disabled, it also stops clearing the tracker, clearing stuff off the tracker that shouldn't be there. But we don't want to clear the tracker completely necessarily. It can't be exactly the same as this, can it? But we could do like if instance exists nearest threat and nearest threat dot object index equals object bear, then clear the tracker. Why do bears have to be so complicated? Okay, I guess I'll make the instant update version of this. And then I'll go ahead and convert this to use the threat map, but still ignore other bears. Gotcha, okay. So I delete this bit. We do this, and then this goes inside of a while. Right the way down to there. Oop. Goes like, wait, what am I looking at? I'm confused. No, that's fine. While, that's a while. Not is undefined. Bear check combat. So while that's not undefined, we just keep doing this. We keep scanning through the bear map, looking for bears to fight. Let me get rid of this debug message now. Hey, can I just say thanks for all the support recently, all the new subs on YouTube and stuff. Really appreciate that. Okay, so I think that's all right. And so I want to do the conversion to use the threat map now, which is actually huge in terms of, well, it's not really an optimization because it's the same amount of work being done each step. No, it's a small optimization because there's a little bit less, there's like less checks that we need to do, but mainly it just kind of speeds up the responsiveness, like how quickly the trackers update, because they're not scanning stuff they don't need to scan. They're only scanning what they need to scan. Okay, so now I need to do this. Current predator becomes current threat, and predator check becomes threat check. Whoops. Yeah, it's interesting, you know, like you spend 3 years developing a life sim, and you start to find that you want to create like a game with sort of just like movement mechanics or something like that the player can more directly engage with, instead of it all being kind of AI driven, and it's just kind of like you just kind of watch it like it works on its own, you know. I'm getting that out of my system, I think, and now I'm like, can I just make a game where you shoot guns? Can we just loot things and kill stuff? I'm going back to that. And then predator map becomes threat map. And then okay, and then with current threat, so right. Basically, Jesus Christ, we can remove 90% of this stuff. Yeah, it's just like this, basically, right? So it's definitely more efficient. Not by much, but it's better. Right? So they just scan through the threat map, and they're like, well, as long as it's not a bear, that's basically all I need to know. Sweet. And then do the same again for this one. Beautiful. Okay. And then we got to do it for the instant update tracker as well. A lot of this code is the same, so you could, you know, I'm talking to myself here, I could convert some of this into functions, because it's only really like the wrap, like the stuff that wraps around this core stuff that changes, and it's just like one while statement. It's like the only real difference. Everything else is the same. So you could build this into a couple of different functions and reduce it to be like 3 lines of code or something. Obviously it would be a lot more lines of code inside the functions, but you know what I'm saying. And okay, so this one, right. Predator check becomes threat check. current predator becomes current threat. Gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh, I can't do, oh my god. No, undo that. Stop. Can't do find and replace because the script contains like a billion other things as well. Oh boy. Moose, no. I was looking for bear actually. Here we go. Gonna have to do this manually. Wait, no, human check stays human check. Its predator check becomes threat check. Yeah, and some of the other ones use temporary variables. I'm not sure. It's like, why? I mean, we already have the variables locally, so why I'm using temporary variables, I don't know. I was like, well, I could use temporary variables. That doesn't necessarily mean I should use temporary variables, but I think basically there's no difference. It might even be slower because I've already defined the local variables, and now I'm having to define a temporary variable every time, like every step. That might actually be slower than just using local variables, right? And then current predator. All right. Okay, and then I've got to make the same changes to this. I don't know why this one has the not fox and the other one didn't. That's kind of concerning. Is that why all the foxes were dead? Did the bears kill them? I thought they starved because all the rabbits died and they had nothing to eat. Which may have happened, I'm not sure, because there certainly weren't any rabbits left. They could have just been hunted. I suppose even if they were hunted into extinction, that would cause the foxes to die. I really don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. It's like, once I'm kind of done with all this stuff, whatever the hell this stuff is, I sort of need to like focus on the animals and like the ecosystem and trying to like balance that stuff as best as I can. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Okay, so. Is that it? That was relatively painless. Actually, assuming it works, it might not. Okay, so now, anything else I need to do? Oh. Yes. Yep. It's not in here, it's just this bit at the end. We need to actually offload it from the temporary variable to the other. The temporary variable's a thing, isn't it? That's not what I mean. We have to offload it from one variable to the other once it's done scanning everything. This bit. And now it's got a new thing in there, right? So it needs to... Was it bear check combat? Yeah. Okay. Alright. Alrighty then. Unfortunately, we are scanning through the bear map twice. But I don't think there's very much I can do about that, really. Yeah, see, I'm realizing now, like, you know, why. Yeah, we still need. These conditions should basically be the same as this one. Adult. There's no point in doing it if they're not adult, or if that list is empty. The HP is irrelevant, I suppose, but guess that should be kind of like that. That's the bears done. The bears done, and the foxes are a little bit of an exception, so we don't need to worry about them. I don't think. No, we don't. And then there's just the wolves, which are going to be a lot simpler than the bears, thank God. But I think the way that it is set up right now, that there would be the same problem where the wolves would not actually attack the provoked moose. And then the last thing I want to do is like prevent them from killing each other as much. Like wolf on wolf action, they can kill each other because that's true to life. That's what they do. They're a bit crazy like that. But if they're fighting something of a different species, it's not quite as simple as that. We're gonna have to write kind of specific rules depending on the species. But if like a wolf is attacking if like a group of wolves attack a bear and the bear runs away, we want the wolves to stop chasing it, for example. Because in an attempt to try and conserve the animal populations, we want them to kill each other less. It's a bit weird because, like, why do they always try and kill the humans, you know? The humans are a special case in which they always try and kill the humans because we need to give the player something to do, basically. But, yeah, that's just how it is. Oh yeah, I just wanted to check the moose code. Yeah, they're still checking the predators map, which I think makes sense because they are prey animals, they'll be hunted, so they do consider any predator to be a threat, basically. Got a bit more air through. It's kind of stuffy in here today. It doesn't help that I'm sick, but what can you do? Oh man. Yeah. So moose, you still use predator, right. Attack, sure. I think that's fine. And then, so it's just the wolves. See, this is kind of crazy. We're still gonna have to do some checks to make sure they don't attack wolves from their own pack, basically. But it's not gonna be as crazy as this. At least. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be slightly cleaner. Slightly cleaner code, which is nice. So again, predator check becomes threat check, current predator become, or it's current pred. Thankfully I'm renaming it now, so. I didn't like that it was inconsistent. It is shorter, but I prefer current predator, and I prefer it to be consistent across the board. And then we go predator check becomes threat check. Place all, and current predator. Sorry, current pred becomes current threat. And then we want to check the threat map as opposed to the predators map. And that's kind of that. And then we just want to update our rules here a bit. Or if it's a wolf, then let's make sure that it's not of the same pack as me, so we'll keep that one. And then we can remove this. Actually, I think we can we still need to do like, well, if it's not a wolf, basically, right? Because we need both of those. It's like if it's a wolf of a different pack, or if it's not a wolf, basically. So yeah, this code didn't get very much cleaner. We just removed like 2 checks from the if statement. Nothing crazy. But there we go. Alright, and then I've got to do that for the instant update tracker as well. What? Why is it predator check and not pred check in here? That's actually wrong. No, oh, it was current pred? Oh my god, the naming is all over the place. Okay, human check, current human. The predator check becomes... Whoa. Predator. Oh yeah, I can't do global find and replace. Becomes threat check. And then current pred becomes current threat. I mean, it's a bit odd that I'm using the term threat when really it's, I mean, I did call it the threat map. I think basically the map only contains provoked animals, essentially. So it could have been called the provoked map or something. Current threat. Current threat. Boom. Okay, and then we need to check the threat map instead of the predators map. And then I'm just going to update these. Boom. Okay. And now everything should work. Alright, let me push that to the repository. Updated wolf and bear trackers to use threat map. Okay. So basically the original bug was that the bears weren't attacking the moose. Oh, let me do one more thing. I want to prevent these animals from killing each other, for goodness sake. Unless, except for some exceptions to that, right? So I've actually got to go through and check. Flea, see, flea is already in there. So that's good. Kind of contradictory because this tracker doesn't allow them to attack fleeing animals, but there's nothing to stop them attacking a fleeing animal if they're already attacking it. Yeah, it's kind of strange. Okay, that all looks good, and then there we go. So the wolves will stop attacking if the thing that they're attacking starts running away, unless it's a wolf, because that means they're fighting a different pack of wolves and they will actually fight to the death. Whereas the other animals, the bears and the moose and the foxes, will stop attacking if the thing they're attacking runs away, regardless of what it is that they're attacking. That's it. Sweet. So, Oh. Also humans. Also humans. Right. They should continue attacking humans. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, those are some really nice changes, actually. Assuming everything works, which I'm kind of hoping it will. I mean, I'm obviously hoping it will work. I'm pretty confident it will work. I think I did everything right. Alright, so, well, it's about time for me to lift some weights today. I'm still pretty sick, so, you know, I'm feeling rough and it's tough, but gotta do it. So I'll be back in 10-15 minutes, something like that, to throw some kettlebells around for an hour and a half. And then I'll probably do a little bit more game dev later on today. So I'll be back in just a minute. I suppose I should actually perhaps... I've just pushed this to the repository, but maybe I should actually compile and release this build before I go, because I'm also going to want to use it myself when I get back. Looks like we might actually hit version 0.5. Sorry, we might actually hit version 0.6 for the upcoming playtest. We're only like 7 more updates away or something like that. I don't tend to increase the version number for every little change that I do, but I keep finding a lot of stuff. I guess I can update my notes as well. That should be fixed. Yeah, okay. Mine a little bit of polish there. Yeah, a couple of little bits of polish that need doing. And then that's, yeah, and then basically all the major stuff is done. I'd say basically all the major stuff is done now. Yeah, it's just a little bit of polish, and then there's like some kind of like minor improvements that I can make here and there. But really, I think I probably need to be focusing on the animals for a while, and I should find out why all of the rabbits went extinct and what was happening there and stuff. Because, obviously that's not good. Boom. Okay. There's another build released. Like I say, I haven't tested it myself yet, but I'm hoping it's okay. And yeah, I'm gonna go lift some weights, so I'll be back in just a few. Thanks for watching. I'll see you after this short break. Peace out.